Welcome to this edition of Frontline Faith,
your source of faith-based news across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
I'm Kristen Urban.
And I'm James Furos. On November 12th, Live 2.0 invited children ages K through 12 who come from single-parent homes to shop for Christmas gifts for their parent. They met in the loft of First Baptist Church Midlothian before traveling with class shoppers to purchase a gift. Over 20 kids participated this fall. To find out how you can be a part of this, go to fbcmidlothian.org.
This past weekend, volunteers from the surrounding communities gathered to put the finishing touches on one of the oldest jewels in Waxahachie. Ashley Sanchez has the story.
When two or three are gathered in his name, great things can be accomplished. Samaria Baptist Church was overdue for some repairs as the building was unfortunately damaged 2 years ago due to severe weather conditions. The church has been serving their community since 1864, and after so many years, it was time the community gave back.
This is not about a building, it's not about a structure, it's about building relationships. It's not about one church, it's about the church, Big C, coming together in this community. And so incredible to see government leaders that are out here, business leaders, nonprofits, churches, all coming together to rally behind a common goal.
The much needed restoration could not have been possible without the help of the many teammates involved.
Well, SAGU has decided to help Samaria Missionary Baptist Church in this, and so we've partnered with them along with other churches and people within the community, and so we're unifying together, raising money, and not just do we get to raise money, but we actually get to come here and help and paint and help rebuild this place, so it's really cool to see.
The church members are delighted to see so many people coming out to contribute to the makeover.
Wow, this is exciting. And I'm so happy. I'm thankful for all of you. All I know is a blessing from God.
Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved.
This church means a lot to this community. It means a lot to our ancestors and our forefathers. This is the centerpiece of this whole community.
For Frontline Faith, I'm Ashley Sanchez.
It's that time of year again to bless children around the world. Trinity Bible Church will be packing and receiving shoebox gifts throughout the holiday season. These love-filled gifts contain basic necessities and carry the opportunity to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. The gifts received will be distributed to children in over 130 countries. To learn more about how you can make an eternal difference in the life of an impoverished child, visit www.samaritanspurse.org.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at how Samaria Missionary Baptist Church reacts to their extreme makeover. Don't go anywhere. Samaria Missionary Baptist Church has earned a special place in the hearts and minds of SAGU students. In the midst of renovations and rebuilding, Peyton Bernhardt was able to catch up with some of the members and capture their vision for the future. Here's their story.
Every successful church service is one to be celebrated, and this is especially true for the Samaria Missionary Baptist Church as a season of change sweeps through. The church has been rooted as a pillar of the Waxahachie community for over 100 years, welcoming people from all walks of life. Recently, the congregation has come up on hard times, but thankfully those around them have stepped up to help.
I just really kind of pushed the boulder down the hill, so to speak, and a lot of other people have jumped in, so it's really been a community project.
Despite going through a rough season, the congregation has stayed faithful, not only to the church, but to God as well. Their passion is as vibrant as ever, sending a message of encouragement to everyone they meet.
I'm up praising the Lord. He's done a whole lot for me, for all of my life and stuff like that, so I encourage the youth to get up and sing and praise and go out in the community to let them know how much that we love them and invite them to church.
The congregation is eager to not only rebuild their building, but to go out into the community and reignite the people's passion for Christ.
This is the basis where it starts, where everything starts. It starts here in the church, and we want to bring them back in and get them trained up to be ready to go out, back out into the community.
Samaria Missionary Baptist Church is not only determined to unite the community, but to see and grow their vision of transforming people's lives.
We want to renovate people's hearts and change people's hearts, their spirits. So we're hoping that this new Samaria, that we will be like that woman that went forward telling everybody about Jesus.
Things are starting to look up for Samaria Missionary Baptist Church, thanks to a willing community that continues to pour into the congregation. As the church grows in expanding their vision to see a Christ-centered Waxahachie, we can confidently say that this is only the beginning. For Frontline Faith, I'm Peyton Bernhardt.
The millennial generation usually has a reputation for being apathetic towards politics. However, SAGU students are starting to prove this concept wrong, and that started at the election watch party last Tuesday evening. Despite the stressful, busy semester, dozens of students and faculty gathered in the Barnes Student Center to watch the highly anticipated presidential election. For many, this was the first time to vote and choose the next leader of the United States. Though neither Clinton or Trump were a favorite among the campus, students chose their candidate based on the economic, moral, and spiritual issues that backed each party. Seeing Trump's victory allowed SAGU young adults to recognize the need for Christ in this nation, and hopefully it will inspire them to pray fervently for the leaders of America.
This holiday season, Fellowship Dallas wants to love and care for the needs of our community. For Christmas, they have partnered with Operation Care International to donate coats and blankets for the homeless and under-resourced. If you would like to donate, there will be boxes located around the church. Collection of these items will start November 20th through December 11th. Items will be distributed at the Operation Care International Christmas party on December 17th.
While many were busy watching the presidential election, the joyous praises were sung in Claude Kendrick lobby. Zoe Brown has the story.
What's usually a place for relaxation was turned into a room of exhortation last Tuesday. The ladies of Kendrick Dormitory rallied together to not only worship, but to pray for the many societal needs in the world.
So tonight we're doing a Kendrick prayer and intercession. We do this 3 times a semester, and it's just a time for the dorm to come together and really bond, and just a time to spend in worship and prayer. And so tonight what we're doing is something a little different, where we're going to be scattered along the lobby and just interceding for family, friends, the community, for the school, and also for just the country and the nation itself.
Eyes were closed and hands were lifted as these ladies found time to stop and think about what's really important.
This has been a really good time because we get to see this country and it's hurting, and there's hatred and there's destruction, but God is a unifier and He's a God of love, and He calls us to do the same thing. And so tonight we just got to take that opportunity to lay aside our opinions, to lay aside our convictions, and just go to God and say, God, just have our whole lives. Take our hurts, take our offenses, God, and just given us a heart that is bigger and beyond ourselves.
From Frontline Faith, I'm Zoe Brown.
Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at men's basketball, the power of prayer, Christmas giving, and SAGU's very own DMA program. Stay with us. Basketball season is underway here at SAGU, and Coach Boswich is focused not only on winning on the court, but also winning souls. Kevin Kazadi has the story.
Most coaches only challenge their players to go above and beyond on the court and in the classroom. As for Coach Boswick, challenging his players to grow in their spiritual life is something he makes a priority. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., he focuses on sharing the gospel using his own devotionals, as well as sermon videos from various preachers. He's intentional about making sure every player, from leading scorer to redshirt backup, is healthy spiritually. Known as one of the most successful coaches in the nation, he truly believes his players are gifted, but it's Christ who brings it all together to make it work.
This week's election had America holding its breath. However, here at SAGU, students were determined not to wait passively for the results. Instead, they set out to impact them by praying for over 2 hours on our nation's behalf. Over 30 students gathered in the Jeter Prayer Room for Revolution Prayer, joined by staff and online visitors who were present through live streaming. The intercessors made sure to pray over both candidates as they asked for God's will to be done and not their own. Revolution Prayer plans to continue to meet every Tuesday, even after the election, to continue to pray for our nation and its future.
First Baptist Dallas is partnering with its prison ministry to provide Christmas gifts to children who have an incarcerated parent. To select a family, simply visit Christmas trees any Sunday morning on the 4th and 5th floors of the Criswell Center. First Baptist Dallas is asking that all purchased presents for the little angels would be placed under the same trees no later than December 4th. For further details, please contact kbatista@firstdallas.org.
SAGU offers a variety of degrees, but one that is very near and dear to our hearts is the Digital Media Arts program. Kristen Urban brings us the story.
One fairly new but rapidly growing program here at SAGU is the Digital Media Arts degree. This program equips students with the tools and experience to go out into the professional world of media with a Christian viewpoint.
The DMA degree is based on a wide foundation. I've got kids who are finishing up here going into church media. They're going into the entertainment field in Hollywood, working on shows like Ellen or ABC. So I think SAGU prepares students to be aware of their faith, what they believe, why they believe it, and to be creative and tell stories with writing and lighting, shooting and editing.
Being a DMA student requires a lot of dedication and time, but students find that the payoff is worth it.
I chose to go into DMA because I wanted to learn how to produce a product and be a part of a product that would eventually go out there for people to see and for me to look at and say, hey, I did that. I was a part of that. I made that happen.
While media students gather technical skills through the program, they also learn how to work with others and problem solve quickly. Students who graduate with a DMA degree not only leave with a great education, but leave with the ability to handle anything that's thrown at them in the workplace. For Frontline Faith, I'm Kristen Urban. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Frontline Faith. Be sure to tune in next week. I'm Kristen Urban.
And I'm James Firos.